Hello, everybody. This is Barry Donaldson for another edition of Success Talk. Man, I'm excited. You know, I have a chance to network and meet people from all over the globe, and I get a chance to go to different conferences and meet people, but when I have people come here, I get even more excited. I knew one day I would build this facility and have some of the best and brightest minds to come out and visit. And this weekend, I had an opportunity to bring some of the best people out for what's called the EPIC Conference, Education, Partnership, Innovation, and Collaboration. And who could I ask to come to this conference? And the first person that came to mind was this gentleman by the name of Les Brown. Les is a veteran networker. He's a veteran public speaker and motivator. He's known around the world. He's won Emmys. He's had TV shows, radio shows. I mean, I begged and I pleaded to the Lord, please, 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 if I asked this guy to come out, would he come out? He accepted my invitation. He spoke to hundreds of people today at our conference center, and I cannot tell you how I'm excited to have him in my studio. Les Brown, how are you?
I'm doing better than good, better than most, and sometimes even better than that.
Oh my goodness, man. Man, I'm so excited that you came out to my facility. What do you think?
I think that what you're doing here is transformative because of the fact that people need to learn strategies that will allow them to get a larger vision of themselves and develop the skill set that will help them to monetize their dream. The center that you have created here, it does that. The ambience, the warmth, the energy, and the kind of teaching and coaching that you provide, it's going to have a rippling effect on people's lives around the globe.
Man, I tell you, this is a brainchild for me for many, many years, almost 25 years, and I was able to bring it into reality after working really hard for over 20 years, and I was able to, it's amazing how things come together, when you pray and you focus and you just put it out there.
Yeah, but also you work. You work
right.
real hard. And it's not something that you can describe to people. They need to come and experience it because you could do all the talking. You tried to describe it to me, and I didn't get it until I came here, and I'm saying, whoa. And I've been around the globe. I've seen a lot of things and been in a lot of places. But this place has a certain energy about it, there's a feeling, and it's a kind of place where people are able to develop key relationships. They learn to collaborate and begin to form relationships that are achievement-driven that will help them once they come in here. They leave a different person, and it creates momentum of them working and moving in the direction of their dreams. So you've done an incredible job.
Thank you, sir. Now let's talk a little bit about Les Brown. I know you're a veteran in this business. You've been around. You travel the world. How in the world did you get started on changing lives? How did Les Brown? How did you get going?
I think the earliest stages, my mother, because she was an unstoppable woman, she adopted 7 kids. Then I met Mr. Leroy Washington, who told me, transform your mindset, become an effective communicator, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Practice the principle of OQP, only quality people. And then Mike Williams, who helped me to get a larger vision of myself beyond being a disc jockey in Columbus, Ohio, where I was LB, Triple P, Les Brown, your platter, playing Papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. I was another guy. Okay. Yeah. And so Mike Williams said, look, and he's been my mentor for 41 years.
Wow.
He said, you can do more than entertain people. You can empower people. And he stayed in my ear, Barry, for 14 years. I asked him just a few weeks ago, why did you stay in my ear? Why did you continue to tell me I could do more? And he said, I just felt it was my duty to do that.
Wow.
Yes, and so he really helped me to get a larger vision of myself, doing what I'm doing now, speaking for corporations around the world. But now I'm in a new chapter. You learn, you earn, you pass it on. And I heard Jake say something one day, T.D. Jakes, that success without successors is failure.
Right.
And so now my goal is to train people at this stage of my life at 67 and 2-time cancer conqueror, to train people how to develop their voice and how to bring the best out of themselves and how to bring the best out of others.
Something you mentioned earlier, most people don't realize, is the first thing you talked about was a mentor.
Yes.
How important, would you let people know how important it is to have a coach and a mentor, what that will do for their lives and careers?
You can't see the picture when you're in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have someone that can take you to a place within yourself where you can't go by yourself. You think about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a great basketball player when he came to the Chicago Bulls, but he did not win a championship until Phil Jackson showed up. Mm-hmm. And Phil Jackson was able to bring out of him and also surround him with players. You got to have somebody in your life who can see what your strengths are and then can surround you with people who can offset your weaknesses and help you to begin to bring something out of yourself that you can't have. If you go to the gym by yourself, and I did this, I used to have a talk show. King World paid me $5 million. Plus they paid a trainer $175 an hour. And I said, you know what? That's just too much money. After doing it for 6 months, I said, I could do this myself. And I went into the gym, and because I'd gone through these routines by myself, I thought I had mastered it, and I injured myself the first day. Mm-hmm. And so there are things that a coach can get out of you. They can stretch you, and they can push you beyond where you will never do that to yourself. Trying to navigate and make it through this thing called life is literally insane. There's a book out now called Collaborate or Perish. You have to collaborate with someone that can help you begin to go to that next level and begin to get the breakthrough. Einstein said that thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking can't solve, and so you need a coach that can help you get the breakthrough to go to that next level.
You said a key word. There's a lot of people out there are just now starting to live their dreams, and whether they're in network marketing, whatever they're doing. They have people in their life that are sabotage themselves, that are negative. People they say that are player hating against them. They don't support them. Help them get past that.
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, as you were saying that, I started thinking about myself. There's a song, "It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer." I gave Mike Williams so much gray hair. Let me tell you something. The biggest enemy in my life that I've ever had to overcome has been the enemy in me. And George Bernard Shaw said the people that make it in this life, they look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. And when I think about what's holding most people back, and my years of working with people, is one, not having a goal beyond your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Two, not willing to develop yourself, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. Earl Nightingale said, all of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Three, you've got to upgrade your relationships. Who you hang out with, those people will infect you. They will rub off on you. A study was done by MIT, and the study indicated you earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. Yes. Sidney Poitier wrote a book called The Measure of a Man. He said, when you go for a walk with someone, something happens without being spoken. He said, either they adjust to your pace, or or you adjust to their pace. And so what we have to do is make sure that we are surrounding ourselves with people that will stretch us, that will inspire us to reinvent ourselves, that will encourage us to say, hey, you can do more. That's what Mike Williams said. Hey, man, you are more than Les Brown, the man about town. Mm-hmm. LB, Triple P, Les Brown, your platter playing popper. You can do more than just entertain people. You can empower people. You can speak to corporations and organizations around the world. And I said, who, me? Come on, man. And I didn't believe, because of the fact I don't have a college education, because I was labeled educable mental retarded, but because of his vision, just like you. He had a vision of me beyond where I was. I see and watch how you look at people who come into your center, and I don't see you seeing them now in where they are right now. I see you looking beyond where they are, and this is why you put the center. Because the reason the center, what it does is help a person to get a vision of themselves into the future. They are transported into the future through this experience. My favorite book says, I'll give you all your eyes can see. And because I was suffering from possibility blindness, I didn't even to attempt to develop this Les Brown. Mm-hmm. Because it was not a part of my reality. And once I began to get that vision, then I began to work for it. It began to manifest in my life. I was willing to put the energy in to make it become reality. And so through the coaching, through the relationships, and through people around you who are also striving, it does something to you where you want to get into the mix.
Yeah, a couple things, and I appreciate everything you said, because everything you said resonated. I want to cover two more things, and then we can get out of here, but this is so important. You talk about, in a lot of your training, the importance of presentation and communication.
It is number one.
Isn't it?
It will open doors for you that you did not see. And I say this from a place of knowing, lecturing at Harvard University, and I have no college training, being able to earn over $410,000 in an hour and a half. Speaking at the Seminar of the Century with T. Harv Eckert, being able to train for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric, major corporations around the world. If I did not have the ability to present, how you present yourself. If you get a job today, you will have a minimum of 20 to 30 interviews with the department heads, and all of them have to say, this person can do it. I don't care how smart you are. If you cannot express yourself, then you're going to lose out in life. Mm-hmm. People who know how to communicate effectively, they earn 50 to 70% more money than people who don't know how to communicate more effectively, who don't invest the time and the energy to be trained. I spent a day, fortunately, with Maya Angelou, the Poet Laureate, and she said, it aggravates me when people say that I'm a natural. She said, show me a natural heart surgeon. She said, I work at communication, and I feel the same way. I always tell people what Mike Williams told me when he told me I can do more than be a disc jockey, that he could train me how to become a better communicator. Mm-hmm. I said, but Mike, I don't know how to do it. And he said, look, Les, all of us are born the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless. Mm-hmm. You can learn. Yeah. I said, okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important. I think it's important that people understand communication and presentation. I remember on one of your CDs you said, if you don't know how to present, mm-hmm. you are leaving thousands of dollars on the table.
Absolutely. And just think, I went from earning $80,000 a year as a disc jockey to $25,000 an hour as a communicator.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is. And that's amazing. Just domestically. Internationally, $125,000 in an hour.
That's amazing.
Yes. And so people, I would say, Barry is absolutely right. It's worth getting the train, getting the coaching, getting the help, and immersing yourself in a process that will allow you to upgrade your communication skills.
Let's talk about the last thing about innovation, being innovative. I think, one thing that I've done myself is I continue to innovate myself, do work on the edge, man. I'm always looking for the next thing. I can never sit still because I know there's something great. I get some of my best ideas in the middle of the night because my brain is always moving and shaking. I remember a few years ago you spoke at one of my Success Mastery conferences, if you remember that, in Miami and Phoenix. Now turn that into Epic.
Yes.
And that I is innovation. How important is innovation in today's
Innovation
business?
is very important. You have to stay ahead of the game. This is the era, as the late Peter Drucker would call, the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. And today you have to run just to stand still. Today you have to look at yourself, look into the future, and ask yourself the question, how will this be done 5 years from now? How will this be done 10 years from now? What is it I need to do in order to manifest my greatness? One of the things that we teach, that you have to make a conscious effort to put yourself in a perpetual state of discomfort in order to do something you've never done. And by doing that and stretching yourself and being an innovator and thinking ahead of technology and cheap labor abroad, it allows you to control your destiny and make your life risk adverse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, for me, I never felt the recession, to be honest with you.
Oh, I didn't either. First of all, I didn't want to participate, and I just refused to allow that to be a part of my reality.
Yes, exactly. I refused as well. I just did not buy into it. When you can see during the time they talk about no one's making money, but they're paying athletes $100 million contracts,
yes,
and movie stars $25 million a movie, somebody's innovative.
Without any question, and the money that people spend to make themselves beautiful or to entertain themselves or to alleviate their stress, that money went up.
Yeah.
So people have money. The money has not left the planet. What has happened is, and I think it's very important, there's no shortage of money or opportunity. There's a shortage of thinking.
Yes.
And that's why this center is so important, and that you're going to have people lined up to get in here, because people need to understand that they can expand their thinking by themselves. It happens through relationships, and it happens through experiences that allow you to expand your vision. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that once a man or woman's mind has been expanded with an idea, concept, or experience, it can never be satisfied to going back to where it was.
Now, Les, you actually have a boot camp and a training on teaching people how to communicate, public speak. You also do something called Mindset Behind the Money.
Yes.
Explain to listeners about that and how they can be a part of that.
The Mindset Behind the Money, we teach people how to begin to change their financial blueprint. We teach them how to develop key relationships, how to speak from their heart, how to begin to leverage their knowledge, abilities, skills, and gifts to begin to make a greater impact. The story boot camp, and this is very important, how we live our lives is a result of the story we believe about ourselves. And so what we do is teach people how to tell their story and have the flexibility and versatility to be able to impact audiences, to bring out the best in them, to inspire them, and to motivate them. The other thing that we're doing is teaching people how to become high-paid professional speakers.
Wow.
Yes, I've earned over $65 million doing this.
How much?
$65 million doing this. Speaking is the highest paid profession in the world. And so we're teaching people how to do this. I've been doing this for 41 years, and I had no idea, with no college education and coming out of radio, going into this area, that I had the ability to do this. But through the coaching, back to that thing you talk about, coaching by Mike Williams, who's been my mentor for 41 years, I developed into a whole new person, a whole new career, and he taught me how to build a financial empire just around my story. And now we're doing that.
And then how can people attend that? Where would they go?
They can email me at yes@lesbrown.com. That's yes@lesbrown.com. Or they can also register on our seminar at lesbrown.com. Okay, but they can email me at lesbrown.com, and we will get back to them, because I'm also doing personal coaching with a small number of people who are serious about how they can begin to develop a world-class global brand around what they love to do.
Yeah, okay, it's called yes@lesbrown.com.
Yes.
So you can email him at yes@lesbrown.com. Now, Les, you have an array of books, tapes, and CDs and resource tools. Where can they find that?
My latest book is called Fight for Your Dream, The Power of Never Giving Up, with 31 co-authors, and they can get that at lesbrown.com. We're encouraging people to get their books out of them, and what I'm doing in that case is leveraging my celebrity and helping them to introduce their books and their stories. We have over 100,000 people that come to my website every month. And so what we want to do is share that audience with people who are ready to go to the next level.
LesBrown.com.
Yes.
Les Brown, I've been to your website. It's amazing, actually.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing the work that you've done on your website. You go to LesBrown.com, LesBrown.com. You can see all his resource tools where he's speaking across the country, books, tapes, CDs, everything you can get to learn about this industry, speaking, becoming the best, empowering yourself. Les is the person. Les, you've been my mentor for many, many years.
Well, thank you. Well, you're my mentor. Whatever you say, I'll follow you. Let the record show.
Well,
Yes.
listen, it's been an amazing day, and thank you for being here at MMG. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. You have something special. You've got greatness in you, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Fantastic. Well, guys, this is Barry Dunn for another edition of Success Talk. Thank you for listening. God bless you guys. Until the next time, I will see you at the bank. God bless. Have a great evening. Thank you.